Big news in the wrestling world, folks. What's up, Fred Richani, TSC, your home for sports news updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Been a while since we've really talked about Impact Wrestling, right? They've had low ratings. They've been on Pursuit Channel. They went from being on national TV to now mainly relying on Twitch viewers. Well, Anthem Sports and Entertainment, which is the parent company of Impact Wrestling, decided to throw a Hail Mary. A few months ago, a report came out that they were looking to purchase AXS TV if they couldn't get on AXS TV. AXS TV being formerly HDNet, owned by Mark Cuban, also owned by AEG, also I believe owned by Brian Seacrest's company or partially owned by one of his companies. A lot of investors on there. Well, believe it or not, here we are, and Anthem officially acquires a majority interest in AXS TV. Why is this significant? Well, one, it's a bigger channel for Impact Wrestling to air. Two, Anthem owns the Fight Network, which is aired at various wrestling and MMA promotions, and there's MMA promotions on AXS TV. Three, Impact Wrestling, presumably for now, won't be the only wrestling company on this channel because you have WOW, the Women of Wrestling, and you have, a little company called New Japan Pro Wrestling, which has been integral in AXS's growth, and AXS has been integral in New Japan's growth in the United States. So what does that mean? Too early to tell, but all I got to say is this. Based on people I've talked to, based on what I've read through Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer, through the guys at Voices of Wrestling who've been on top of this story, I do recall that New Japan, even up to this year, is still bitter about Impact Wrestling's use of Okada, even though it's completely different ownership. New Japan's still bitter about how that relationship with then TNA Impact Wrestling dissolved back in the day. I think it dissolved probably like 2009, 2010 was when they kind of last worked together. So what's going to happen with New Japan? And here's the other thing. A lot of Impact fans, however many are left, are probably super happy about this. Yes, Impact's getting a bigger network. Yes, we're alive. That's awesome. But here's the thing. Anthem's the same company that is currently locking down Killer Cross with this contract, not letting him leave. They're punishing him by, reportedly, according to PWI, holding him out because he didn't want a blade and because he wanted a medical professional on the premises when they asked him to blade and they didn't have one. They've been involved in some other shady contract dealings. On top of that, they gutted the original Fight Network staff, which included John Pollock and Wei Ting, and decided, hey, we're going to gut this whole freaking channel just so we could support Impact Wrestling, which was pretty much dead in the water when they acquired it. And, well, we saw what happened there. Post-wrestling formed. John and Wei are doing great. Robin Black's doing great, but not a great move. And then the Pursuit channel, which is what Impact is currently airing on now in cable, I think it's broadcast from a gas station. Like 10 people get the channel. They've listed, from what I've heard from people I've talked to, they list the DVR schedule weird. Like it's like 1 hour for Impact here, 1 hour for Impact there. There's been times where they've aired the wrong episode. There's been times where they haven't aired the episode at all. I mean, it's an absolute mess. And this is on one of their channels that they actually own. And from my understanding, they actually own a majority interest of that channel too. So do I have confidence that Anthem is going to run AXS TV properly? No, I don't. And as somebody that has known people affiliated or currently are working with AXS for years and years, that was my favorite channel, and it's still one of my favorite cable channels to watch. I'm a little worried. I really am, because when you had Mark Cuban, and then when you had the investors come in and invest a few years back with AEG, a little shaky, but hey, they still maintained their commitment to MMA. They reaffirmed their commitment to pro wrestling. That's great and all, but yeah, we can count on Anthem to continue to invest in combat sports, but can they run this company properly? That remains to be seen. Just because you got a lot of money doesn't mean you know how to run a company. So from what I understand, based on this press release that I received, Mark Cuban will still be involved. He'll still be on the board. Okay, Mark Cuban and AEG will continue to participate as equity partners. So they'll continue to operate as equity partners and on the advertising and sponsorship side of things. But Anthem now is the majority owner of AXS TV. And just when you thought that the wrestling landscape in the United States has already changed with AEW and with WWE and NXT and everything else, it's going to change a lot more, albeit in a smaller level, but this could definitely affect New Japan. And based on the shaky relationship that New Japan had in the past with Impact, I wouldn't be surprised if New Japan, depending on what the agreement is with TV Asahi, isn't on by next year. Again, all speculation on my part, just talking about things I know and analyzing this because I literally just got this press release. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about AXS being acquired by Anthem? Do you have any faith in this management to do right by the people that are currently there and the other promotions that are currently there? Hell, and even their own promotion impact. Let me know. Leave a comment below if you enjoyed this breaking news update. Like, share, take care, subscribe. Please enable notifications for more updates like this. And as always, enjoy the matches. And hey, if there is a silver lining here, Impact lives to see another day. So congratulations to all the great talent there like Jordan Grace and Brian Cage and all involved. But as far as if this succeeds long term, let's keep it real, folks. I'll believe it when I see it.